Today's video is going to be a short one, just a quick update on what's happening with my GVM conversion. No spreadsheets, no flowcharts, no propeller head stuff. Should only go for 2 or 3 minutes. Right, it seems I'm not going to be getting my 79 quick as I thought. Apparently I'm the first 4-cylinder 79 to get the JMACX radius correction arms fitted. And when ARB or when Jackson's ordered it, they ordered the DPF arms. And I don't know what the difference is between DPF and non-DPF, but apparently they put it on my car, didn't fit nicely, so they've had to reorder the non-DPF arms for it. And the only slight complication is that I don't like that silvery sheen that comes with the JMACX arms. I asked mine to be black, so they've got to be re-powder coated. So that all added a few more days. So now I'm probably a week behind where I thought I was going to be. The new arms are being fitted today, so it's get that done, then get it back to the dealer, get it registered, and then I can pick it up. The other thing I thought I'd mention today is insurance. I've been insured with Shannon's for years. When I bought a few interesting cars that the RAA, which is like if you're NRMA or whatever your local, RACQ, they don't want to touch anything that's a bit out of the ordinary. And I had a Porsche, so I ended up with Shannon's for that. And I've been with Shannon's for 10, maybe 15 years. Even though I've gone back to some more boring cars, Shannon's keep insuring me. But they wouldn't insure the 79 with the canopy on the back. 79 with the tray was no problems at all. They would only insure, I think it was about 20%, 25% of the canopy. So the canopy, it's like 48 grand from Jackson's. They would only insure whatever 20% of that is. So I'd get something back if it burned to the ground. So that's made me look elsewhere, and I've gone to Club 4x4. I'm not quite sure how I got onto them. I guess it's the advertisements I see. I'm on quite a lot of forums, and Club 4x4 seem to advertise widely. So I had a chat to them, and they're happy to insure the 79 with all the ARB mods, GVM upgrade, stereo, extra battery, all the stuff that's on the car, and they're happy to insure, in a separate policy, the whole canopy. One of the main points they put forward is it doesn't matter where you are, as long as it's a gazetted road. I don't think it's even that. I think long as you're not illegally on someone's property, so you're not trespassing, and I think that's the only restriction. They'll cover you Australia-wide, which seems pretty good given where we're going to take it. There's also some options for getting extended tow cover, like if you want to get towed out of the Simpson, it's like going to be 10 grand. The standard cover I think comes with $1,500 of towing, and you can pump up the policy if you want higher value. So maybe if I'm doing the Simpson, I might pump it up to 10 grand just for the month I'm away. I don't know if you can do that, but as for the cost compared to Shannon's, I don't think it's hugely different. It might have been $50, $100 different for the policy. It doesn't really matter in the scheme of things. I really wanted the canopy to be covered, and there's no point having a policy that only covers 20% of my canopy. And the last thing I'm going to mention in this short video is fitting a carbon winch. When you get it, the orientation of the handle is probably not where you want it, certainly not for an ARB bar. I had to rotate it 90 degrees. And in the manual it says you've got to undo there's quite big bolts in the front of it that says undo these big bolts, remove this the connecting rails, and it didn't seem to make sense. I had a quick look at how it was laid out, and eventually I rang Carbon to say, well, the instructions don't make sense, and they said, oh no, just undo the bolts around the top, rotate it, don't lift it off, just rotate it, and then do the bolts back up again, and you're good to go. So I'm not sure if anyone else is looking at doing a carbon winch and you think you've got to pull half the winch apart to just rotate the engagement handle, just do the bolts on the top. It'll save you a lot of hassle. I think by undoing the big 6mm bolts that hold the bars on, I think you could be in for a world of pain if things start coming apart. The other thing that was a bit interesting with the carbon winch install was that the bolts they supply for fixing it, like through the front of the bull bar into some captive nuts, they've got squared captive nuts inside the winch. It must be just half a mil or a mil too short to go through with the washer, the spring washer, and the ARB bull bar. It's not long enough. And it took me, I wasted probably half an hour trying to work out why it wouldn't. I could see it touching the bolt, I could see the bolt moving. Every time I turned it, it looked like it was going to engage, it would not engage. And in the end, if I took the spring washer out, it engaged first time. So if you're doing it on an ARB bull bar, either get slightly longer bolts and use the spring washer, or I just got Loctite, and so I've got the flat washer and Loctite. So that's it for today's update. Not very much to report. I can't do much till the car gets the JMACX arms fitted, and we'll start on the next set of jobs, which when I get my hands on it, then I can actually start doing a few things. See ya.